It was a quiet night in Gotham, as quiet as Gotham ever gets. But for Dick Grayson, the silence within the cavernous Batcave felt louder than any city siren. He stood before the iconic display, the various tools and trophies of Batman's long crusade, and a familiar weight settled on his shoulders. For years, he had been Robin, the boy wonder, the indispensable partner. Yet, lately, the name felt less like a title and more like a tether. He was growing, evolving, and the shadow of the Bat, while protective, was also vast. He needed a path, a name, that was uniquely his own, something that spoke to who he was becoming, not just who he had been. But what name could ever emerge from such a legacy? The answer, surprisingly, didn't come from the gritty alleys of Gotham, nor the high-tech confines of the Watchtower. It came from a conversation, a casual sharing of lore, with a man who understood legacies perhaps better than anyone, Superman. Clark Kent, ever perceptive, had noticed the subtle shift in Dick, the restless energy of a young man on the cusp of defining himself. Perhaps it was during a quiet moment in the Fortress of Solitude, or a shared cup of coffee after a particularly grueling Justice League mission. Clark, with that gentle, knowing smile of his, began to speak of a story from his homeworld, a legend whispered among the people of Krypton long before its demise. On Krypton, Clark began, his voice taking on a distant, almost reverent quality. There was a myth, a figure shrouded in mystery and hope, known only as Nightwing. He spoke of a time when the highly structured society of Krypton, with its advanced science and rigid laws, occasionally faced challenges that couldn't be met by their established order. It was in these moments that Nightwing would appear. This wasn't a hero endorsed by the Kryptonian Science Council, nor an agent of their law enforcement. Nightwing was something else entirely, a mythical crime fighter operating outside the gilded walls of their cities, a figure of hope for the common people, for those who felt unseen or unheard by the powerful. Nightwing was said to be a guardian who moved through the shadows of Kandor's towering spires, a beacon of justice in moments of despair. This hero wasn't defined by lineage or by a mentor's guidance. Nightwing operated by an intrinsic moral compass, driven by a pure desire to protect and serve. This was a hero who truly stood alone, not out of isolation, but out of an unshakable independence and an unwavering commitment to what was right, even when it meant defying the norm. The tales painted Nightwing as a symbol of freedom, resilience, and a profound, quiet strength that inspired awe and comfort in equal measure. As Clark spoke, Dick listened, captivated. The story resonated deep within him. Here was a hero from another world, another culture, who embodied the very essence of what Dick was searching for. A hero not defined by a connection to a mentor, but by an inherent drive to do good, to be a protector, to bring hope. The name Nightwing settled upon him not just as a sound, but as an echo of his own deepest aspirations. It wasn't about escaping Batman's shadow. It was about stepping into his own light, a light that mirrored the quiet strength of that legendary Kryptonian protector. The decision was swift, yet profound. When Dick Grayson finally chose his new superhero name, it wasn't a random pick or a cool-sounding alias. It was a deliberate, heartfelt adoption of a legacy whispered across galaxies. He became Nightwing, not as a replacement for Robin, but as an evolution, a testament to his own journey and the inspiration drawn from an unexpected yet deeply meaningful source. This origin for the name Nightwing created a powerful unspoken link between the Bat family and the Superman family. It wasn't just a nod to a shared universe, it was a profound symbol of the deep friendship and mutual inspiration between Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent, and by extension, their protégés. Batman and Superman, two titans who often operated in starkly different ways, found common ground in their shared values, their commitment to justice, and their belief in the next generation. Dick's choice of Nightwing, rooted in Kryptonian myth and conveyed by Superman, became a living testament to that bond. It was a reminder that even the most independent heroes draw strength and inspiration from those they trust and admire, even if that inspiration comes from a myth from a world long gone. And so, the legacy of Nightwing, the independent guardian, born on Krypton's distant shores, found new life in the streets of Blue Haven and beyond, carried by the capable hands and unwavering spirit of Dick Grayson. It's a story that beautifully illustrates how heroism isn't just about powers or gadgets, but about connection, inspiration, and the quiet, powerful stories we share. We hope this journey into the surprising origins of Nightwing's name offered you a moment of thoughtful reflection. What are your favorite lesser-known connections between our beloved heroes? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the fascinating tapestry of comic book lore.